Many people know Albert Einstein. They know the wild hair, they know the famous photographs, they know the name, but few people know the real story. Einstein was not born a genius. He was born a curious child, and curiosity changed everything. Albert Einstein was born in Germany in 1879. His family lived a simple life. His father ran a small business. His mother loved music. The world looked very different then. There were no computers, no airplanes, no internet. Science still held many mysteries. When Albert was young, something unusual happened. His father showed him a compass. It was a small object, nothing special at first glance, but Albert could not stop looking at it. The needle always pointed north. No matter how he turned it, something invisible controlled it. That idea fascinated him. Most children would forget the compass. Albert did not. He kept thinking about it. What was moving the needle? How could something invisible create movement? Where did that force come from? The question stayed with him. Years later, he still remembered that moment. Albert asked many questions, sometimes too many. Adults often became tired. Teachers sometimes became frustrated, but Albert could not help himself. The world felt full of mysteries. Every answer created another question. Curiosity followed him everywhere. School was not easy for Albert. He disliked memorization. He disliked strict rules. Many teachers wanted obedience. Albert wanted understanding. He did not enjoy repeating facts. He wanted to know why things worked. That difference created problems. One teacher became especially frustrated. He told Albert something harsh. "You will never become anything important." Albert never forgot those words. Years later, the teacher would be proven wrong, very wrong, but at the time Albert felt misunderstood. Despite his struggles, Albert loved learning, especially mathematics. Numbers felt different. They followed logic, they followed rules. But unlike school rules, mathematical rules made sense. Albert could spend hours solving problems. Time disappeared when he worked. He also loved books. Not every book, only the ones that made him think. Science books fascinated him, philosophy fascinated him, stories about the universe fascinated him. The bigger the question, the more interested he became. As Albert grew older, his curiosity grew too. He often imagined strange situations. What would happen if a person could ride alongside a beam of light? What would the world look like? Most people never asked questions like that. Albert asked them constantly. Many people thought he was strange. Sometimes he preferred thinking to socializing. Sometimes he walked alone for hours. His mind rarely rested. Ideas appeared everywhere. During meals, during walks, before sleep, even during conversations. Eventually, Albert entered a technical school in Switzerland. Life improved there. The environment felt different. Teachers encouraged independent thinking. Students discussed ideas openly. Albert enjoyed that freedom. For the first time, he felt understood. Still, he was not a perfect student. Some professors admired him, others found him difficult. Albert often ignored subjects that did not interest him. He focused on what he loved: physics, mathematics, and questions about reality itself. After graduation, Albert faced a problem. He needed work. But finding a job proved difficult. Universities did not rush to hire him. Research positions remained unavailable. For a while, Albert felt stuck. His future looked uncertain. Eventually, he found work at a patent office. The job seemed ordinary. His responsibility was simple. People submitted inventions. Albert reviewed them. Many considered it a boring job. Albert saw an opportunity. The patent office gave him something valuable: time. He completed his work. Then he thought, every day, every week, every year. While others relaxed after work, Albert explored ideas. His mind never stopped asking questions. Most scientists worked inside famous universities. Albert worked inside a small office. Most scientists had laboratories. Albert had imagination. Yet that imagination became his greatest tool. Many of his discoveries began with thought experiments. A thought experiment is simple. Instead of performing a physical experiment, you imagine one. You ask questions. You explore possibilities. You follow logic. Albert became a master of this process. His mind became his laboratory. One question returned again and again. What is light? Scientists understood many things about light, but mysteries remained. Albert wanted deeper answers. He imagined chasing light through space. Again and again. The idea never left him. While working at the patent office, Albert lived a modest life. He was not rich. He was not famous. Nobody expected history from him. He walked to work, he reviewed inventions, and at night he explored questions that fascinated him. Then came 1905. Albert was 26 years old. To most people, he looked ordinary. But inside his mind, something extraordinary was happening. Years of thinking were about to produce results that would change science forever. That year became known as his miracle year. Within a few months, Albert published several scientific papers. Each paper explored a different mystery. Each paper challenged old assumptions. Scientists around the world took notice. Who was this young patent clerk? One paper explained strange behavior in light. Another helped explain atoms. Another introduced ideas that would later become famous. Suddenly, people started paying attention. The quiet thinker from the patent office was no longer invisible. Albert's life began changing quickly. Scientists discussed his work. Universities invited him. Researchers debated his ideas. Many agreed with him. Some disagreed strongly. But everyone was talking about Einstein. Curiosity had opened a door. Yet fame was never Albert's goal. He did not ask questions to become famous. He asked questions because he genuinely wanted answers. That curiosity had guided him since childhood, from the compass to the classroom, to the patent office. And now it was leading him toward discoveries that would change the world. As Einstein's ideas spread, more scientists became interested in his work. Some admired his thinking immediately, others doubted him completely. His ideas sounded strange, too strange. How could time change? How could space bend? Many people believed science was already close to complete. Einstein disagreed. He believed there were still enormous mysteries waiting to be explored. One idea fascinated him more than any other: time. Most people think of time as simple. 1 second is 1 second. 1 hour is 1 hour. The same for everyone. Einstein wondered if that was really true. What if time behaved differently than people expected? What if time itself could change? These questions eventually led him toward one of the most famous theories in history: the theory of relativity. The idea was difficult. Even many scientists struggled to understand it. But at its heart, the theory began with curiosity. Einstein simply asked questions that others ignored. Then he followed those questions wherever they led. As years passed, his reputation grew. Universities invited him to teach. Researchers wanted to work beside him. Students wanted to learn from him. Newspapers started printing his name. The quiet patent clerk was becoming famous, but fame felt strange to Einstein. He never wanted attention, he wanted understanding. Eventually, his face became recognized across the world. People stopped him in the street. Journalists followed him. Photographers requested pictures. Many scientists became celebrities. Einstein became something even larger: a symbol of intelligence, a symbol of curiosity, a symbol of imagination. Despite his growing fame, Einstein remained surprisingly simple. He disliked formal clothing. He often ignored fashion completely. His famous hair became part of his image, but he rarely cared about appearance. Ideas interested him more than status. Questions interested him more than popularity. Curiosity remained his greatest passion. One habit followed him throughout life: walking. Einstein loved long walks. Sometimes he walked alone, sometimes with friends. Sometimes while thinking through difficult problems, movement helped him think. Many of his best ideas arrived during ordinary walks. The world slowed down. His mind became clearer. Questions became easier to explore. Music also played an important role. Einstein loved the violin. He often played for hours, not as a performer, not for an audience. For himself, music helped him relax. It helped him think. Sometimes when a problem felt impossible, he would stop working and begin playing music instead. The world around Einstein was changing rapidly. Technology advanced quickly. New discoveries appeared constantly. Then came war. The First World War brought destruction across Europe. Millions suffered. Einstein watched these events with sadness. He believed knowledge should improve humanity, not destroy it. Years later, Einstein became one of the most respected scientists alive. Then another important moment arrived: the Nobel Prize. Many people expected him to receive it. Eventually he did. The award recognized his contributions to science. Yet Einstein treated it differently than most people would. He appreciated the honor, but he continued focusing on ideas. Awards never motivated him. Questions did. Success never ended his curiosity. In fact, curiosity became stronger. Many people stop learning after achieving success. Einstein did the opposite. He continued asking difficult questions. How does the universe work? What remains undiscovered? What are we still missing? The more he learned, the more mysteries he noticed. One reason people admired Einstein was his ability to explain difficult ideas. He believed understanding mattered more than complexity. A truly great thinker should explain difficult concepts clearly. This philosophy influenced everything he did. Whether speaking to scientists or students, Einstein always valued clarity. As his fame increased, people often asked him for advice. Students wrote letters, teachers asked questions, young scientists sought guidance, many wanted shortcuts to success. Einstein rarely provided shortcuts. Instead, he spoke about curiosity, persistence, imagination, and independent thinking. One of his most famous beliefs involved imagination. Many people focus only on facts. Einstein valued facts greatly, but he believed imagination was equally important. Facts describe what already exists. Imagination explores what might exist. Without imagination, many discoveries never happen. Curiosity and imagination work together. That combination shaped his entire life. Einstein also understood failure. Not every idea succeeded. Not every prediction proved correct. Like every scientist, he made mistakes. Some became very famous mistakes, but he never allowed mistakes to stop him. Every mistake became another opportunity to learn, another reason to ask better questions. During the 1930s, Europe became increasingly dangerous. Political tensions grew. New threats emerged. Einstein recognized the danger early. Because he was Jewish, remaining in Germany became impossible. Eventually, he left Europe. He moved to the United States. A new chapter of life began. Princeton became his new home. There, he continued researching, teaching, writing, thinking. Students often saw him walking through town. Sometimes he looked absent-minded, lost inside thought. But inside his mind, questions continued moving constantly. As he grew older, Einstein became something rare, not just a scientist, a public voice. People listened when he spoke. He discussed peace, education, human rights, international cooperation. He believed knowledge carried responsibility. Scientists should think about consequences, not only discoveries. Many people expected Einstein to have all the answers. He did not. In fact, one reason he remained humble was because he understood how much remained unknown. The universe was vast. Human knowledge remained limited. The deeper he explored, the more mysteries appeared. Wonder never disappeared from his life. One day, a student asked him an important question. What is the secret of your success? The student expected a complicated answer. Einstein smiled. Then he said something simple. I am not especially talented. I am only passionately curious. Those words became famous because they revealed how he saw himself. Passionately curious. Not the smartest, not the most gifted. Curious. That idea inspired millions. People often believe great achievements belong only to geniuses. Einstein disagreed. Questions matter, persistence matters, the willingness to keep learning matters. Curiosity can change a life. As the years passed, Einstein slowed down physically, but mentally he remained active. He continued reading, thinking, writing, exploring. Even near the end of his life, he remained fascinated by the universe. His curiosity never retired. It never disappeared. Looking back, his journey seemed remarkable. A curious child with a compass, a student who frustrated teachers, a young man struggling to find work, a patent clerk with big questions, a scientist who changed history. The path was not simple, the path was not easy, but curiosity guided every step. Today, people remember Einstein for many reasons. The theories, the discoveries, the photographs, the equations, but perhaps his greatest lesson is not scientific. Perhaps it is personal. Never stop asking questions. Never stop learning. Never lose your sense of wonder. Albert Einstein spent his entire life searching for answers, yet he understood something important. Every answer creates new questions. The journey never truly ends, and perhaps that is the real story of Einstein. Not a story about genius, not a story about fame, a story about curiosity. A curious child looked at a compass and wondered why. The world changed because he never stopped wondering.